Hello, everyone. So the word is that the big disappointing bill now has the votes in the House to pass. Okay, so they've already passed it through the Senate. They originally passed the House, went to the Senate. They did a whole bunch of changes to it, sent it back to the House. We were hoping it was going to get stopped there because it did not remove the suppressors and the SBRs from the registry. So I was hoping that it wasn't going to pass the House, that it was going to get amended, or it was just going to get voted down, and they were just going to have to start the process all over again. It was very close. From what I hear, the reason why it passed the House is because Hakeem Jeffries couldn't keep his mouth shut. Okay, he went out there, started talking a whole bunch of trash, pissed off enough Republicans, or pissed off at least one of those Republicans that were a no, and basically got him to switch over to a yes, just to spite Jeffries. Okay, I mean, I kind of wonder if Trump put Jeffries up to it, right? Put him out there and got him to start talking, just so that he could piss off a couple of Republicans and get them to flip. Okay, because that's almost like what it seems like. So anyway, what I want to talk about now is where are we now? What can we do? The tax stamp has been removed. The registry is still in place. I think this is worse for us because all it means is that the next time a reconciliation bill comes around, it's going to be harder to remove the registry on the next reconciliation bill because because it doesn't affect the budget, right? If the tax is now zero, there's going to be no effect on the next reconciliation bill if they get rid of the registry. So that's why I'm saying it's a net loss for us. But anyway, so where are we now? We've no longer paying $200 tax. We're still on the registry. The thing that we can push for now is for the Justice Department, working together with the ATF, to basically remove the enhanced background check, where you gotta submit fingerprints and all this bullshit. There's no reason why you can't just fill out one form at the FFL, and that form gets sent to the ATF or whoever, right? Within 30 days, and basically it gets put on this registry. Okay, it gets registered. So there's no reason for it not to be simplified like that. And that's where I think we need to push, all right, to get this simplified. Now, a lot of people are saying, hey, now that the tax stamp has been removed, it's illegal for the registry to exist, and basically they're setting up a court battle. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, good. Go ahead. I hope the gun groups go after that. I'm sure they will. Maybe in a couple of years they'll win. Okay. By the time they get around to winning, chances are that the Democrats are going to be back in power. I mean, that's I'm not saying don't do it, but that's not what where I'm hanging my hat on. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's 3D chess and this shit and that shit. And, guys, it's a loss. This bill is a net loss for us. In addition to we still got the registry. The illegal alien invaders can still get Medicaid money, right? It's just what else? There's like $1 billion of Green Deal scam in there, right? Where they're spending all this money for this green energy shit that's garbage. And these are all points that were brought up, and these are all points why Republicans in the Freedom Caucus were standing against this bill, in addition to this issue with the registry for the suppressors and SBR. They basically, somebody got to Jeffries and told him to start talking out of his ass to piss off Republicans, to get at least one to flip in favor of the bill, just because they're pissed off at Jeffries, because that's what's happening. Sometimes it's really better to just keep your mouth shut, because I know that Democrats didn't want this bill to pass for other reasons. Primarily, they didn't want Trump to have a victory, because Trump's going to hold this out as a victory. The best thing that Democrats could have done was keep their mouths shut. Let the Republicans fight each other, okay? But nah, they had to start talking. They had to put this clown Jeffries out there, dollar store Obama, start talking and talking and talking, and then at least one, and I don't even know who it is, but at least one foolish Republican fell for the bait and flipped this vote, and now this bill is going to pass. Trump's going to sign it. Trump really doesn't care about gun rights, so he doesn't care about the registry. As far as he cares, he's probably happy that the registry is still there. So yeah, this is very disappointing. This makes this. There's going to be a really sucky 4th of July tomorrow, knowing that this registry still exists. But like I said, we're here. This is what's going to happen. The thing to do is to just, at least now that the tax stamp is gone, they can try and simplify the registration process, so it's like a one-stop at your FFL. You go, you order your suppressor online. It goes to the gun store, to the FFL. You go there, you fill out the paperwork. You leave the store with your suppressor, and then within 30 days, he mails it to the ATF, and they put you on this shit registry that shouldn't exist in the first place. And yeah, by all means, by all means, let the different gun groups fight this in court. I don't think they're going to get far, or they might win in one. They'll probably fight it in Texas, right? They'll probably win there, but then it'll get appealed, and like I said, this thing is going to get drawn out over years, and eventually Democrats are going to get back in power. Okay. Democrats are always going to come out and promise free stuff that they cannot deliver, and at least 50% of the American people, I would probably say 60 to 70% of them, are stupid. Okay, they're going to fall for it. They're going to vote for Democrats. Okay, and when Democrats do their tax reconciliation bill, they're gonna make the tax on the suppressors. They're gonna use the same method to bump it up from $0 to $5,000 per suppressor, and for SBR. That's what they're gonna do. I mean, it's been it's been laid out in front of them. Why wouldn't they do this? Okay, that's why the suppressors and the SBRs needed to come out of the registry. The registry is what needed to be destroyed. I mean, I would pay $200 to not be on that registry, just so that the Democrats don't know that I have suppressors and SBRs. Okay, so this was foolish. This was like that, once in a lifetime. We got a chance to destroy the registry, and it didn't happen. And in reality, it's not gonna happen. Okay, next time around, next reconciliation bill, the tax is $0, so they can't say that, hey, it's a budget item, because now it's no longer a budget item. The tax is $0. It's just a registry, and it's got to go through the regular process where it's got to get past the 60% filibuster. So, absolute loss for us. Best that I think we can do at this point is to try to simplify the registry process. Okay, but yeah, you know what? A loss. It sucks. I'm not happy. That's what it is.